Hey friend, this is Yin Khan. In today's video, I want to talk to you about resilience. And we're hearing a lot about building resilience, how resilient organizations and individuals succeed. What does resilience have to do with success, progress? And we're in the era of COVID-19 where a lot of people, a lot of companies, organizations have gone through a really bad time. And that word resilience is coming back because the world is going through a pretty bad time. We're coming out of it now though. I want to talk about resilience in the next few minutes and maybe paint a picture that makes it understand a little bit better. You've got to watch my TEDx talk at TEDx Wilmington because that TEDx talk was all about resilience and how I ended up building resilience personally in my life and went from point A to where I was at that time. In my talk, I actually talk about something very personal, and I usually do not talk about it at all, but it was how I grew up in an amazing, peaceful place, a heaven on earth, a slice of a heaven on earth, and how civil war, unrest, armed conflict really devastated my homeland, and how during the time of living in my homeland, I had to push myself to just be different, just to think differently, and to maybe think beyond the circumstances. And I think it's very important to think beyond the circumstances that you're in, because your current situation, as they say, doesn't dictate who you are, but it's the step number one for you to go beyond. It's step number one for you to create the rest of your life. My personal lessons in life were really harsh and tough because of that armed conflict. I had a really great childhood. My parents were amazing. My family was amazing. And so I didn't have any of that happen. But I think it was a sum total of being living in an atmosphere and environment of conflict, armed conflict, a lot of chaos that kind of shaped my future and shaped who I was. Now, in your life, if you're going through a rapid change, if you've been impacted by, say, COVID-19 or something else, maybe there are other forces at work in your life, and you've gone through ups and downs, then you've got to use that to your advantage to some extent. Life is full of these challenges. Even after words in my life, I've gone through a tremendous amount because of life. This is what life is, right? Sometimes you just have to get battered in order to be stronger, to be resilient. Some of the crises that hits us, financial crises, health crises, relationship crises, and all these different things hit us from all different sides. And quite honestly, we all are in it. We all are in it, and it happens to the best of us. So don't push yourself down if you're in a bad place right now because of some external circumstances. You can come out of it if you build resilience, if you build the character, if you come out of it and say to yourself, hey, I'm committing to myself to coming out of this change, to coming out of this situation that I'm in, because it's a temporary situation of my life. You constantly have to push yourself to be better and to seek a better alternative, to seek a better tomorrow, and not give up on yourself. Never, ever, ever give up on yourself, because the day you give up on yourself, your life is done. You cannot do anything else. And no matter how much external motivation people try and give you, nothing will work because you would have given up on yourself. And so they say that it's difficult to motivate people who are not self-motivated, and that self-motivation comes from you telling yourself that you can do better. You are designed to do better. You were born to do better and rise above the challenges and circumstances that are pushing you into negativity. Some of the lessons that I've learned from throughout my life, and I would love to share them with you. Number one is always think positive. That doesn't mean being on some kind of a high where you are ignoring the negativity in your life and ignoring what challenges and risks you have in front of you. And people often get this wrong. thinking positive doesn't mean that you're ignoring the negative things that are happening in your life. Thinking positive doesn't mean that you're not aware of the negative things that are affecting you. It just doesn't mean that. And skeptics do that all the time, and people who are negative do that all the time, saying, "Hey, are you a positive thinking person? Well, you must be thinking something and something else." Like there's that different way of how they talk. I really want you to think positive, which means think that you're going to do better. Think that you can do better. Think that you are capable of doing better. And that is positive thinking. Positive thinking doesn't mean just ignoring everything and being happy about it. No, please pay close attention to your challenges, your risks. So that's lesson number one. Lesson number two, surround yourself with resources, people, anything and everything that you can that pushes you in the right direction. Listen, we have 24 hours. And in these 24 hours, whatever you do will position you for the next day. It'll put you forward to the next day, next hour, next year. How you spend that 24-hour is everything. If you surround yourself with good books, good authors, good movies, good documentaries, good newspapers, good journals, good people, good friends, then tomorrow will be better. Trust me, this happens, it works. But if you spend your time in negativity with negative people, with doing things that are not good, that affect you, harm you, it's going to be really difficult coming out of that negativity. So it's really, really important that you surround yourself with good things all around you, right? So be positive, work on your positivity. Number two, surround yourself with good things, good people, positive people, not negative people. Just let the negative people be. Surround yourself with positive people. And number three, last but not least, stay consistent. Stay consistent in these two things, in thinking positive and surrounding yourself with good things. Stay consistent. Don't break the chain. Do not take it lightly. Every single day, consciously make an effort to do these two things, and the rest will be automatically done. I'm not saying this is a magic pill, but this is something that has worked for me. This is something that works for a lot of people. So give it a try. Do that starting right now, and your tomorrow will be different. This is the way I've created resilience. This is the way it has worked for me, and I hope it works for you. You take care, and here's to you.